You should now be familiar with the process of claiming land on the server, and in this tutorial, you will learn how to create plots, manage claim permissions, and transfer your claims to other players. If you haven't watched the previous tutorial covering land claiming yet, go check it out first so you're up to speed on the protection system. On top of creating land claims, you can also add plots within them, which are basically areas within the main claim area, created by standing inside a land claim and typing /claim create. You can adjust the shape of these plot areas by standing inside them and using the same claiming modes already demonstrated in the previous tutorial. Although by default, the plots do not modify the functionality of your claim. Claim permissions make them ideal for sectioning off your land to specific players. Claim permissions are managed with the /claimperms command or the /cp alias. Typing the command while standing within a claim or plot will list all current permissions for the area. To edit the permissions of a particular player, use the claim permission command followed by the name of the player. If done correctly, a GUI will open with various permission settings. You can hover over each item representing a permission to preview what abilities are granted, and clicking the item will toggle the permissions for the player. Granted permission items are visualized as enchanted. You can also modify the permissions of the public, meaning all players on the server using the public argument following the claim permission command, or clear all permissions with the clear argument. Permissions granted on the main claim will pass through to all plots, meaning you don't need to set the same permission for each plot that you have already set on the claim. If you happen to use the claim permissions command while standing within a plot, you'll be able to switch to the underlying claim within the GUI. If you simply wish to give another player full build access, click the build permission item and you're good to go. You may have noticed that clicking the build item also grants the interact and access permissions by default. If you wish to solely grant the build permission, which in most cases would not be practical, you can manually click the interact and access permission items afterward to revoke them. The more sensitive permissions are also presented with a confirmation screen to ensure you don't grant potentially harmful permissions to those who don't need them. If you grant a player the manage permission, they will have full access to manage the permissions of the area themselves, including their own. Keep in mind that despite the status of this permission, only the claim owner has access to grant the modify permission. If you grant a player the modify permission, they will have full access to modify the area of the claim or plot, including the ability to permanently delete it. It's also important to note that any modification to the claims you own, performed by players with the modify permission, will use your tile credits alone. If you run out of tile credits, those players will not be able to expand your claims any further. Lastly, if you wish to transfer your claim to another player, you can use the /claim transfer command. After confirming this action, the target player will receive a request to either accept or decline your transfer using the /claim requests command. You can cancel a request while it's still active using /claim transfer cancel. If and when the transfer is complete, you will automatically be reimbursed all the tile credits used on the claim, and the new owner's credit balance will be deducted accordingly. Congratulations! You now know how to use all the core features of AlpineRealm's land protection system. If you're interested in starting your own town sometime in the near future, be sure to check out our full tutorial covering town creation and management.